Hello everybody, once again it is Cactus Rocket Ship guys, and today we are continuing Doki Blue Skies. We're gonna be beginning starting Act 2 guys. You know what it is already, Cactus Rocket Ship, and of course I have Sayori guys. Let's do this. By the way guys, if you're watching guys, please bear with me because I played this game really late at night. I just got off of work like a little while ago. I had to come home, settle in, and also a lot of my words are just like bleh. I can't even pronounce correctly, so please like bear with me guys. But anyways, let us continue guys. Doki Blue Skies Act 2. Let's jump right into it. Act 2 is beginning. At the sound of my alarm makes its unwelcome presence in my bedroom, I can't help but wonder, do I even need an education? Okay, I could totally just become a video game streamer. I would love that, yes. I already stream on Twitch guys, awesome. If you're watching guys, I stream on Twitch guys, go check me out, Cactus Rocket Ship guys. Reluctantly, I sit up and stretch. I just hope I don't run into any of those pricks who ruined our festival. Oh, that's right, so I'm going back to school today. Not to mention, I hope they aren't giving any of the club members any black. Especially Sayori. At least Sakurai is cool. Alright, so I'm going to school. Surprisingly, let's turn on the music just a little bit. Okay. Surprisingly, Sayori is already there by the time I arrive at school. Oh no, she's here. Good morning! Good morning, love. I mean, Sayori. I give her a mockingly suspicious look. You know, for someone who sleeps in a lot, you sure are chipper in the mornings. Hey. Am I not allowed to be happy? Oh, of course you are. Sayori, ready for another super exciting and totally not boring day at school? Ready as I'll ever be. How about you? Could be worse. I guess I'm enjoying history a lot. Actually, Sakurai is a really good teacher. Oh yeah, I remember you saying. We're pretty lucky to have him, aren't we? Definitely. I didn't think anyone could top Makoto last year, but Sakurai has somehow managed to pull it off. I guess it helps that history is a decent subject. I've always preferred those kind of subjects myself too. What do you mean? You know, Japanese history? Anything that isn't math? Yo, same. I don't like math. Or physics. So not much of a science kind of girl, huh? Nope. Didn't think so. You're always better than me when it came to the more creative subjects though. Looking back, when we helped each other out with our homework, I guess we covered each other's weaknesses, huh? What? We sure did. I remember we used to doodle on each other's works too. You even handed in that science homework once and you didn't even realize I drawn a bunch of animals all over it. Sayori laughs just as school looms in sight. Her giggles, coupled with a sudden remembrance of that silly memory, causes a warm feeling to wash over me. I had totally forgotten about that. My science teacher, on the other hand, well, let's just say he didn't expect a bunch of cats, rabbits, and dogs to be on that worksheet. Well, we were laughing about evolution, so I guess your drawing all those animals was fitting, right? Of course! It totally wasn't me just getting my revenge from you pulling the planet's prank. What did I do? Oh, that was something I'll never forget. You mean the Uranus joke? The fact that Sayori can't help but giggle when she hears the name is testimony to how she's truly a child at heart. Yes, again on her, although she initially tries to pout. She can never hold an angry face even when she's joking. Back when we were first learning about the solar system, I heard about what was so funny was so funny about Uranus from a classmate of mine. Sayori, being blissful ignorant at the time, asked me what was so funny about the planet's name. I told her I asked her mother how Uranus was looking. And she actually did. Oh my gosh. Distinctly, I can remember being in utter hysterics when her mother was both part confused and stern with her daughter for apparently asking such a rude question. Definitely one of my little personal victories. Come on, you have to admit, we got each other good. Anyways, I'll catch you at lunchtime. See ya. Bye. As I make my way over to my classroom, the typical school scene greets me. Students of varying ages making their way to wherever they need to be, no doubt embracing themselves for the drag that is Monday morning. The sound of chattering and laughter fills the atmosphere. On the spot, a few familiar faces. Occasionally, a teacher, admonishes a laggy student, no doubt reminding them to not be late for homeroom. Outside my classroom, I peer through the window. There's a few of my classmates. They're ready. Sakurai himself looks like he's only just arrived. Ah, Lorenzo. Good morning. How was your weekend? Morning, sir. Not bad, not bad. Haven't woke up that early on a Saturday for a while, so I figured I'd make the most of it. Wouldn't you believe me if I told you I spent it enjoying the outdoors and getting homework done? That's a mischievous twinkle in Sakurai's eye as he answers, "Why, Lorenzo? Of course I would. After all, given your impeccable history with handing in homework on time, I would be hard pressed not to." On that topic of handling homework in time, one of my classmates noticeably fidgets. I'm willing to bet he hasn't done last week's assignment. Granted, there may have been one of two times where I was guilty of the very same thing. At least Sakurai is very relaxed about missing the odd deadline. I check the clock hanging on the wall. It's almost time to start, and a few last minute stragglers hurried make their way in. Most people are here at this point. Sakurai is sitting by his desk, a pen between his fingers, and a thoughtful look on his face. Emmy hurriedly makes her way past the door and into her seat next to me. Kind of ironic how she's on the track team, yet still the last one which Sakurai picks up on. Emmy. He leans back in his chair and Emmy looks up with him as innocent face as she can muster. Yes, sir? How is it that a member of the school's track team is the slowest one to arrive? Light chuckles fill the room. Sakurai's banter with the students is always amusing to witness. Well, I'm not technically late, am I? She does have a point, sir. See, even the class rep is on my side. Come on, Sayori. What happened to respecting authority? I'm not the one who makes the rules, sir. What's going on? As if on cue, the bell rings a moment after Emmy slips into her seat, cutting it pretty close. Now that everyone is here, let's get started. Now, believing me when I say that the First World War is one of the most interesting things you ever study in school, although your science teacher may beg to differ. The soldiers as well as civilians involved in fighting, it truly changed the geopolitical climate for many of the combatants involved. I don't want to learn about history. As he talks, his trademark enthusiasm shines through. It's almost like he was born to be a teacher. Now, can anyone tell me the year it started? Bonus points if you can explain how it began. And before anyone asks, no bonus points does not mean exemption from homework for a week. I can't help but to smile. I smile to myself after hearing the mixture of groans and laughs from the class. Maybe Monday morning wouldn't be so boring after all. The rest of the lesson passes by fairly quickly, and before I know it, it's lunchtime. Sayori, you're looking a bit livelier. Sakurai has that effect on us. Also learning about the First World War, which is pretty interesting. You're right, it is. Although it's sad, it's so sad thinking about all those soldiers who died in such horrible ways too. Oh, Sayori's crying already? For sure, they were hoping it would be a war to end all wars. Yet 20 years later, they were at it again. Anyway, how was your morning? What subjects did you have? Physics? In the morning? Turns out that's so unfair. We should have a subject I enjoy on a Monday mornings. Sleeping isn't a subject though. Hey, I like Japanese too, you know. Japanese history, even stuff like English. The subjects where I can express myself a bit more. You know, given how you're in a literature club, it all makes sense now. As in why you prefer subjects like Japanese. More creative subjects where you can write stories, poems, that sort of thing. Yeah. Plus, I don't think I've ever need to work out the area of a triangle in real life. Well, I really hope not. Whereas, stuff that we learn about in Japanese helps with writing poems. Although, I don't think the teacher was happy when she found me trying to write a poem in her class. But it's not my fault, right? She looks at me with the puppy dog eyes, and in that moment it hits me just how adorable Sayori can be. With those big blue eyes, it's impossible to say not to her. And wait a minute, where is this coming from? My heart. Yeah. Yeah, no, definitely not your fault. Anyway, what's that you got? I motioned to the food in front of her. It's fairly obvious what she's eating, but I need a quick change of topic to cover whatever it was that just came over me. Eh? You mean this? It's a cinnamon bun. Of course. We're married. Wait, what? There is ish. She's eating it? Terry, I couldn't get a word of that, but I'm guessing you're enjoying it. She loudly gulps down the sugary delight. Sorry. Yeah, it's so yummy. Do you want to try some? Can't hurt. As she tears off a piece and reaches forward, I'm struck by how soft and warm her hands are. It's only a brief moment of contact, but it's enough to ignite that weird warm feeling within. Snap out of it. Oh my gosh, what? I pop it into my mouth and savor the sweet taste filling my taste buds. Remind me to get some of my own. I'm planning on tactically snacking on these during class this afternoon. That's one way of getting me through a boring school day. Oh my gosh, Sayori. Well, if it works, it works. Just like that, the alarm sings, signifying the end of the lunch break. Back to it, I guess. Waving goodbye to Sayori, we make our respective ways back to our classrooms. Well, that was nice. As time passes. That was a nice lunch break. I liked it a lot. Another day, another lesson. Thankfully, it's a Friday, meaning the tempting allure of the weekend beacons. Just one more day to sit through. As Sakura explains the origins of the war, my mind can't help but drift away. Who was it who decided we should have 5 working days but only 2 days off? And that seems mighty unfair if you ask me. A 4-day week and a 3-day weekend sounds legit. Like, even for work, that would sound awesome. I know Sayori would definitely agree. Probably not Monica though, given how hard she works. Speaking of Sayori, I wonder what she's up to. I noticed that she's been on my mind a little more than usual. Even when I was at home just playing video games in an effort to procrastinate on my homework. Knowing her, she's probably doodling instead of paying attention. Oh my gosh, then again, I'm daydreaming myself. I guess shorter attention spans are something we both suffer from. It's a little on the worm side in here, anyway. And Sakurai wouldn't mind too much if I spaced out, right? Spending more time with Sayori recently had made me think. What is this? Dad? Hey Lorenzo. Don't run too far off ahead. Sorry, Daddy. I just want to play. My mom, such a ball of energy, aren't you? Don't worry, your dad and I will keep an eye on you. Oh, and here's some money. Buy something from the ice cream truck. Would you like us to come with you? No, it's okay. I'm a big boy now, remember? So this is like a memory? Of course, darling. How could we ever forget? Dad grins as he reaches out to affectionately ruffle my hair. Of course you are, son. Now go out there and have fun. I barely hear him as I take off, bound towards the ice cream truck. As I'm lining up, my mind runs crazy at the thought of all the different flavors and choices. Chocolate, vanilla, strawberry, mint. It's great. The line shuffles forward and I dig into my pockets and bring out the money. They've given me more than I needed for ice cream. Awesome. That means I can get more than one. I quickly look around me trying to spot my parents. They're sitting on the bench chatting away. They won't notice. Oh yeah, this is the best day ever. Huh? Who's this? What? Standing to the left of me is a young girl. She's looking sadly at the ice cream truck in front of me. Oh, it's little Sayori. Why is she looking sad though? Oh, Sayori, why were you sad? Guys, she wants ice cream. All the other kids are happy. She should be happy. There's ice cream right here. Hey. The girl jumps a little. Sorry. I didn't mean to scare you. She turns to me, giving me a wide smile. Huh? Wasn't she sad a minute ago? It's okay. I'm Sayori. Hi, Sayori. I'm Lorenzo. I saw you looking sad. Do you want some ice cream? That makes me happy when I'm feeling sad. Ice cream? For me? You'd buy that for me? Sure. My mommy gave me too much money. I would have got 2 ice creams for myself, but you look sad and I don't like seeing my friends sad. My friends? So she's my friend like automatically? Sayori looks at the floor. She looks kind of shy. Are you sure? Yeah. Now come on, which one do you want? Okay, thank you. The that one with the long name. The Simone. Yeah. Okay. I handed over to her, taking mine from the ice cream man. Thanks again. That's okay. Do you want to be friends? Her eyes lights up and she shows me a bright smile. Okay. Do you want to go by the swings? Already see you there. Hey, no fair. You didn't say when to start. Oh, what? Thanks for being my friend, Lorenzo. I'm new here and I don't have any other friends. No problem. You're really cool and it's nice to make a new friend. There you are. Hi, Mommy. I see you've made a new friend. Oh, so it's Sayori's mom. Who might this be, Sayori? That's Lorenzo. He got me the cinnamon popsicle. Ah, did he now? He was looking really sad. I thought it would cheer her up. It's very nice of you, Lorenzo. Sayori, do you mind explaining to Lorenzo why he didn't have money for the popsicle in the first place? Oh, what? Do I have to? Come on. Okay. I was being a bit naughty earlier. Mommy told me not to eat all of the candy before dinner yesterday, but I just couldn't help it. So she said I wasn't allowed to get a popsicle today. Indeed, so she was being punished for it. Oh no, is she angry at me? I'm sorry. I didn't know she was in trouble. Although I'm glad you made a new friend, Sayori. Huh? She laughed softly. Man, Sayori really looks like her. Don't you worry, Lorenzo. You are very kind. And it already looks like you two are great friends already. It's okay. Ew. Oh, that was so cute. Like, it's just like a very... Oh, shit. Lorenzo. Oh, no, Nani. What? With a sudden jolt of reality, I realize I'm back in the present. Given the way Sakurai is looking at me, he clearly noticed me dozing off. Oh, shit. I'm gonna assume you fell asleep because you stayed up late doing some reading about the war. Yes, sir, of course. Excellent. Then you'll be able to answer this next question without any difficulty. He's got me in a trap here. Let's hope it's not too unreasonable. Can you explain to me how Great Britain got involved in the war? This one actually no. I vaguely remember Sakurai talking about this yesterday. Luckily, I'm able to answer his question satisfactorily. After what it feels like an eternity, a weary smile appears on his face. That late night study session really paid off, it seems. He shoots me a knowing smile. I weakly grin back. That was close. Luckily, by the time I woke up, most of the class was already past. Just how long was I out for? Anyway, as the bell is about to ring, I figured I should finish my lesson before it rings for once. Even though I'm confident that you would rather learn about the Insurcation? I'd rather learn about the what of the war than go to lunch. As if by a stroke of fate, Sayori's stomach rumbles. He wearily rubs his face and laughs dejectedly. Well, if that isn't an example of Deus Ex Machina? What are these big words? I don't know them. Then I don't know what is. A smattering of laughter fills the room. Class dismissed, everyone. Everyone being packing away their things and heading for the door, no doubt eager to refuel after the morning session. Lorenzo, a word if you will? Oh damn. Oh my gosh, why do I get the feeling this is to do with me falling asleep? As the last student fires out, I gingerly approach Sakurai's desk, a hint of resignation in my gait. Don't worry, there's no need to look so worried. You're not in trouble or anything like that. You had me scared, sir. I think every student dreads hearing those words. Can we have a word? Or can you see me after class? If there's any consolation, Lorenzo, you still fear those words even after graduation. Oh, mischief at university, sir. Am I what? Now, that would be telling. Anyway, I'm getting a little sidetracked. I just wanted to know how you were getting on in class. With the course, that is. Oh well, it's going pretty well, I'd say. History is one of my favorite subjects, and World War I is an interesting topic. Plus, your teaching style sits really well with me. And sorry for falling asleep in class. I know it was a little disrespectful. I just had a late night. There's a knowing look in Sakurai's eye as he dismissively waves away my apology. Not to worry, Lorenzo. I know high school can be a trying period, especially when you have a lot going on. Besides, you answered my question correctly, so it's fair to assume you at least have some idea of what I'm talking about. I can't help but grin at him with a friendly, understanding aura he emanates. Sometimes you forget he's a teacher. Of course. What happened again, sir? Good. Well, I just wanted to check up on you. You're doing well, so I'm satisfied. Don't let me know if that changes. Do let me know if that changes, okay? I'd be happy to assist where I can. Now I shouldn't be denying your well-earned lunch break. Thanks. Have a good one too, sir. With a nod, he dismisses me and returns to his desk. Whew. As I make my way to the courtyard, I notice Sayori sitting by herself, lost in a book. As I approach her, I pause. Should I ask her to join me? She does look a little lonely, and we're all friends, right? You know what? I'm going to invite her. I'm going to invite Yuri to come join us. As much as I think Yuri is someone who is comfortable being by herself, I think it'll be nice to have some new company during lunch. Besides, she gets along with Sayori and I. She looks really lost in thought, never without her books, is she? Hey Yuri! She jumps slightly, eye-widening at the sudden disturbance. Oops, I forgot, she startles easily. Oh, good afternoon, Lorenzo. Sorry, I didn't mean to scare you. It's okay. I was just very much immersed in this book. I was going to invite you to sit with Sayori and I, but if you'd rather be left alone, a pensive look across her face, I get the feeling she isn't used to social invitations. Me? The one and only. Are you sure? I wouldn't want to disturb your conversation. Don't sweat, it's fine. Oh well, if you're sure. I laugh as she packs up her things and follows me over. This will be nice. A nice good old lunch day. Not bad. Leading the way, I spot Sayori in the courtyard and take a seat opposite her on one of the benches. Yuri follows suit. Hey, Yuri! How's your week been? It's been enjoyable so far, learning a lot of interesting things. Why haven't we been at the club yet? It's been like a week. I haven't gone in the club. It's definitely stimulating. Although I'm glad it's the weekend coming up. Yeah, Sarah and I are with you on that. How about you two? How's your week gone? It's been okay. Some lessons are kind of boring though. Still trying to wrap my head around some of the stuff we're doing in math. Japanese is going well though. We've been looking looking at literary techniques, oh, and how they can apply to poetry. I think I might be able to try new stuff with the poems. Oh, well, I look forward to seeing that, Sayori. Yeah, same. Monica will probably appreciate it too. Speaking of which, we're having a meeting with the club after school today. Yep, we'll be focusing on what? Halloween? Yep, we'll be focusing on what to do for Halloween. Oh, it'll be a lot of fun. That's right, up your alley, eh, Yuri? How so? Well, Halloween is all about horror, right? And your poems typically focus on darker themes. Ah, yes, indeed. She smiles dreamily. I guess a day dedicated to horror is like a dream come true for her. There's definitely a lot of room for creativity when it comes to that genre. Horror is ever so expansive. I don't like that stuff too much. Sometimes it can get really scary. Not a big fan of fear, Sayori. Sorry, that didn't sound too ominous or weird, did it? Not at all. I've always admired how you stick to your interest. It's really cool to see. Don't worry about it. Well, that's reassuring to hear, I suppose. Makes for some nice variety in the club, Yuri. The bell rings, cutting short our conversation. Oh, shucks. Well, time to get these last few hours over with. See you both in the club. See you guys. She cheerily waves. Until then. As I open the door, the familiar sight of the girls greet me. Although Monica's missing, it's a little unlike her to be late, isn't it? And again, she was tardy that one time during my first week at the club. Hey everyone. Hey. Hi. The girls have pushed a few desks together and are sitting in a row with Sayori on the left, Yuri in the middle, and Natsuki on the right. I really flopped next to Sayori. Hello, Lorenzo. How were your last few classes? About as fun as the last few classes on a Friday could ever be. While school can be a wonderful place to learn things, I'll admit that a weekend break is always appreciated. That is very much true. It's nice to have a break. For sure. By the way, does anyone know where Monica is? We were just talking about that. She was the one who set this meeting up, yet she's late for it. She rolls her eyes. I bet she's playing the piano or coming back from tennis, or whatever her latest hobby is. As she says that, the door opens and Monica comes bursting in, an apologetic look on her face. Sorry, I kept this one brief, don't worry. I'll keep this one brief. Sitting at a desk in front of her, she pulls out her laptop and fires it up. There's a silence as the machine whirls to life, along with a slight anticipation. Unfortunately, there's still a trace of tension in the air, undoubtedly stemming from everyone's memory of the festival. It's not particularly prominent. The club still has a laid-back, cozy aura, but there's just enough to serve as an uncomfortable reminder. I guess I was naive to think someone so serious would get brushed over so soon. Especially the argument between Natsuki and Monica. Nonetheless, Monica, with all of her charms as the confident leader, is quick to move things along. Okay everyone, so, as you guys know, Halloween is coming up. Sayori and I were talking. How does a Halloween party sound? A Halloween party? Didn't think you were much of a party girl, Monica. No, not that kind of party. I mean, if we had a little event here in the school. Yeah, we could share scary stories, dress up, that sort of thing. Yeah, that sort of thing. Yuri gave me the idea. We could all write horror-themed poems in the spirit of Halloween. As expected, Yuri's eyes light up. Natsuki, on the other hand, doesn't look quite as convinced. Scary poems? Yeah, it's not really my kind of thing. We'll see it as an opportunity to try something new and grow as a poet. It would definitely be interesting to see what you all come up with. See, that's the attitude to have, guys. Plus, it's been a while since I've done anything for Halloween. I was initially against it at first, but Sayori can be pretty persuasive. And I think I should be able to find some time for it, so what do you guys think? A Halloween event? Much like Monica, it's also been a long time since I've done anything for this festivity. Most of my Halloween memories come from the pranks Sayori and I would pull on each other back when we were children. Although a distant memory, I'd be lying if I said they weren't fun. Yeah, sounds cool to me. I'm in. Although we've got to tell ghost stories too. You know, go all out. I think that's a wonderful idea. Of course you would, Yuri. Yeah, okay. I'd get to scare the crap out of you with my scary stories. I'm down. Yay, it'll be fun, guys. I have just one question though. Wait, you said we'd hold the event here in the school. Assuming we would do it while it's dark, wouldn't the school be closed? Yeah, that's a good point actually. Unless we did it at one of our houses. I don't know if we'd have the room though. Unless you plan on like breaking into the school after hours. Well, oh my gosh. What? No way. The moment of silence along with Sayori's tone voice is incredibly telling. No way. You honestly let Sayori talk to you into that, Monica? Eventually I told Sayori I was fine with it, but I'm still on the fence about it. Okay, I was like breaking into the school. Now that I'm thinking about it, could we host the party at one of the... What? We host a party at one of your places? Natsuki? No. It's a pretty cool idea to break... What? It's a pretty cool idea to break into school, she said. Gotta have the rebellious teenage spirit, right? But what if we get caught? We'd get in so much trouble? Sorry, Yuri, but I'm with Natsuki here. Wouldn't the thrill potentially being caught at the atmosphere? Oh my gosh. Besides, it'd probably be creepy in here at night when everyone's gone home. Perfect place for this sort of event. See? I told you, Monica. Well, I'm just surprised at how willing you are to break some major rules, Sayori. Yo, that's not a really good idea though. I don't know if that's a good idea. No, I always thought of you as a student who wouldn't go looking for trouble. But once or twice won't hurt anymore. Don't let that innocent exterior fool you, Monica. Sayori can be ever so sly when she wants to be. She's got a hidden dark side, you know. Hey, don't overdo it. Break it up, you two. Well, now that's been settled, we can sort out some decorations for the room. Benzo, please, can we carve some pumpkins? I don't know how I feel about breaking into a school, like our school. I mean, can't we just ask like the principal or teacher, like, hey, could we just, you know, reserve this room for this one night? Like, as long as we don't actually drop one, as long as you don't actually drop one on my foot again, I'll try. Well, that's you two sorted. How about you, Natsuki? I could make some cupcakes or some cookies with some Halloween stuff on it, like spiders or whatever. They look awesome, and you can bet they taste as good as they look. Yes, you're the best, Natsuki. Jeez, all it takes is the mention of cupcakes, doesn't it? Yours are so good though. Well, I am the best. How about you, Yuri? Besides, based on what you contribute for the festival, am I right in assuming some sort of contribution toward the ambience or atmosphere? Yuri closes her eyes clearly in thought. I've come to appreciate how Yuri is somehow who really thinks before she speaks. Yes, I think something like that would be ideal. I'll let you know the finer details once I've settled on something, if that's alright. Of course. Well then, on that note, I think that's everything. He finishes typing and puts the laptop lid down. Wait! The Sayori. We should all dress up too. As in Halloween costumes? Yep. Bit old for that, aren't we? Come on, we used to have a lot of fun doing it when we were kids, so let's do it again. She does have a point there. I guess it could be quite amusing to see what she can come up with as well. Would we be able to come... Wait, what? Would we be able to come in as anything? As long as it's to do with Halloween, sure. Oh well, I don't really know if I'll have the time. Upon seeing Sayori's face drop, she hastens to speak once more. But I'll do my best. Yeah, I'm in too. Nice. Looks like I'll have to get creative as well. Although at the moment, the only thing I want to do now is go home and relax. Standing up, I stretch and yawn, looking at the clock. Anyway, I'll call the club meeting here. No poems today, sorry. But I'm sure your Halloween poems will make up for that. There's a general murmur of agreement and the girls standing up and pack away. Ready to go, Sayori? Okie dokie. Halloween. Any plans for the weekend? Well, we've got get our Halloween stuff sorted, remember? So let's head to town and get the pumpkins and things ready. Seeing as you're lazy, I'll let you sleep in and pick you up from your house instead of us meeting at mine. Hey, it's not like that. It's not like I can help it, you know. Anyway, let's meet at noon, okay? Sounds good. See you then. As she turns around and heads inside, I can almost feel my own home beckoning. It's that wonderful weekend feeling. Oh gosh, that weekend feeling. Okay, so our pumpkins, Halloween costumes, breaking into a school for Halloween. I don't know how I feel about this. That was perhaps the most satisfying night's sleeps I've ever had in a while. What time is it? Oh, it's 10:30. For me, that's super early. This is the second Saturday in a row that I've woken up before noon, and I'm slowly shedding my vampiric traits. As I draw the curtains and feel the sunshine flowing through the glass, I can't help but feel really content. In fact, ever since joining the literature club, even in spite of the festival, my mood's generally been so much better than usual. Perhaps it's due to what I told the girls before we started our recitals. It's just nice to have the people my own age to hang out with. But what if something's more than that? Or what if it's something more than that? Sayori? Even thinking about her, that warms feeling back, or even thinking about her brings that warm feeling back, although not as strongly. Could it be? Am I really starting to like her in that way? Yes. Yeah, I said yes. Yes. As if to interrupt my brain, my stomach grumbles. Guess I'll give this mousse over breakfast. What do I feel like having today? Cereal, toast, fried eggs, sausage, bacon. So many choices. I think eggs, sausage, and bacon would do for now. Much better. I can see why Sayori mentioned breakfast in her first poem. There I go again, always thinking about her. If I were to be honest, as much as I enjoy all the girls' company, I'd be lying if I said I'd be as excited if I were to spend today with any other. Wait, I'd be lying if I said I'd be as excited if I were to spend today with any other girl. Maybe it's because of the history we share. Or because Natsuki is a little too cold for my taste and Yuri's a little too quiet? I don't know. Since day one, I've always been comfortable talking to Sayori. And that's never changed. I swear I read somewhere that if you can go years without talking to a friend, then when you do finally reconnect, if you're... Oh, wait, what did I say? I swear I read somewhere that if you can go years without talking to a friend, and then when you finally reconnect, if you're able to get along like nothing ever happened, then it's a sign of a true friendship. Or am I just looking into this too much? Feelings. And there was me thinking that the new stuff we do in math is hard and get your head around. One thing that never changes is Sayori's inability to get up on time. 5 minutes pass and I grow impatient. Fishing out my phone, I shoot her a text. It's noon, you lazy girl. We've got pumpkins in the car, remember? Oh my gosh, Sayori. Minutes tick by without a response. Sayori. Why am I getting scared? At this rate, I probably have more of a two-way conversation with a mime. Man, how creepy must I look just aimlessly standing outside her house. Without a sigh, I open the gate and I head to her house. Oh my gosh, I'm getting that feeling from the real Doki Doki. We're really gonna have to work on her sleeping patterns. I always knew she could be a little bit lazy, but this is getting annoying. Sayori, it's me. Sorry, I didn't want to wait outside. Are you, dressed? If I straighten my ears, I can faintly pick up the sound of her voice. She's not replying to me though. It sounds like she's talking to herself. I can't quite pick up on what she's saying from the distance. Probably sleep talking and knowing her. Sleep talking about food. I'm nearing the end of my patience. Okay, That was your last chance. If you're getting changed or anything, you can't be mad at me. Man, her room is a mess. What? And Sayori herself is tucked away in a mess of pillows, blankets, and the duvet that forms her bed. There's a swath of hair that's fallen into her mouth, and she's drooling slightly. She's curled up into a ball with her arms hugging herself. It's a strangely adorable sight, and I feel bad in having to wake her. As I draw closer, I can finally make out what she's saying. And to my dismay, it's nothing wholesome at all. It sounds more like she's softly whimpering to herself, and I can also spot glistening wet trails down her cheeks. Seeing Sayori cry is a sight I wish I'd never have to see. Can't help it. What she's talking about. Sorry, I'm so useless. But really trying. For everyone. She flips over restlessly, a sob accompanying the movement. But it's so hard. So tiring. Don't want to do anymore. No. Please. Someone. Anyone. I know, selfish. Sayori. Her head turns slightly, almost as if she heard me. Her eye remains shut, but it's impossible to tell if she's awake. Sayori, it's me, Lorenzo. It's okay, I'm here. Oh, no, I don't want to go. Didn't work last time. They said it would work. Fresh sobs fill the room as she cries harder. Her voice breaks completely as tears drip down her face. At this point, I've had enough. A strong, protective instinct within me demands that I reach out and gently clasp one of her hands with mine. With her hand in mine, I gingerly shake her awake. Sorry, Lorenzo. And with that final mysterious utterance, her eyes flutter open, with panic momentarily flashing through them. When she sees me, she visibly relaxes and sits up. Oh, hi, Lorenzo. She hastily turns away and tries to discreetly wipe her face. I'm still trying to process what I've just witnessed. Sayori, are you okay? I think you were having a nightmare. Oh, was I? I don't remember anything like that. I was literally right here listening to you cry. Of course you had a nightmare. You said some really concerning stuff. She anxiously bites her lip as she replies, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make you worried. You seriously need to stop thinking that you're a burden. It's my job to be concerned about you. We're best friends. You're really silly sometimes, you know that? What's going on, Sayori? Please just talk to me. She looks ashamed as she gets herself out of bed. Oh god, I just realized. I totally forgot that what we have planned for today. And I overslept. Lorenzo, I'm so sorry. I'm such an idiot. She ferals around, and on instinct, I reach out and pull her into a hug. Clearly, this takes her by surprise and she doesn't make an effort to return it, at least initially, but after a while she eventually starts to weakly hug back. As we break apart, Sayori smiles, clearly trying to put her nightmares behind her. Aww. Thank you, Lorenzo. You've always know how to make me feel better. Anyway, we have a lot to do today, right? Let's get started then. Is she really going to try and ignore the elephant in the room? Huh? Elephant. Sayori, don't you want to... No. Sorry, I just really don't want to talk about it if that's okay. Another glimpse of this concerned son she works so hard to pass off. And yet, there they are again. Those walls I can never get through. But, Lorenzo, please. It's nothing. Everyone has nightmares. She seizes on my moment of silence. Anyway, can you just give me a moment to get dressed? And we can start getting spooky. With a sigh of resignation, I leave and close the door behind me. The way they said it, like I can't get, like these walls are just in front of me holding it, and like Sayori, I want to know what she's feeling. It's like affecting me. It's crazy. We can get pumpkins from the supermarket. We got a knife at home, right? Oh, I've got a knife at home. Yeah. What kind of things should we carve them into? Bats, skulls, all those cheesy Halloween things, right? It's tempting not to answer, to give Sarah a taste of her own medicine. I don't think she's aware of just how frustrating this is. But then again, do I really want to ruin the day? Sarah's clearly trying to put it past us. As much as I want to know what's going on, she's really not in any mood to divulge. And bringing it up now would probably ruin the mood and day for both of us. Besides, I can't really stay angry at her. Her general bubbly personality is so infectious, only someone without a heart could be immune to it. I smile. Yeah. Or spiders. I forgot how much you're terrified of them. Oh, come on, like you're any better. I am. Okay, maybe with the big ones. Even though Halloween isn't largely celebrated here, at least compared to Western countries, shops have still made a decorative effort. All of the cheesy cliche Halloween decorations can be seen both on the exterior and interior of the shop. Luckily for us, all the pumpkins are right at the front. Wow, these are huge, which means we have more space to make some awesome decorations, don't you think? Her eyes meet mine, the cheerful enthusiasm still bouncing around in them. Yeah, good thinking. Let's get these 3. Oh, do you mind if I grab some food for later? Yeah, sure. What were you thinking? Pizza. Not exactly the healthiest choice, is it? Hey, I don't see you chomping on salad, no. Oh shoot, she just said that to me. I can't dispute that. But in all seriousness, Sayori, maybe you should try something that isn't junk food. I worry about you sometimes, you know. I know. You don't need to, though. I'll make more of an effort soon, I promise. Alright, fine. Pizza it is. But only if I get a slice. Or 2. Deal. In an attempt to display my masculine bravado, I volunteered to carry all 3 of the pumpkins. And in hindsight, given how much my arms are screaming at me, I immediately regret this decision. I can't believe you didn't let me carry any of them. You're so silly sometimes. Poof, it's no sweat, Sayori. No sweat at all. Don't drop them. Don't drop them. What? The pumpkins is shaped like your head. She just smiles. I swear to God, I will throw one of these at you. You wouldn't dare. Besides, I don't think you'd be able to lift it that high enough. I hate how true that is. Sayori 1, Lorenzo 0. That's so unfair. You're taking advantage of the poor situation I'm in. Not true. If I recall correctly, you're the one who insisted on carrying these. She adopts a comedic, super low male voice. It's okay, Sayori. I'm a big strong guy who can handle all of these pumpkins. Okay, firstly, I do not sound like that. I really want to hear how would that really sound like, right? An innocent smirk is my only response, which turns into indignation as I blow a puff of air into her face. It's the little victories in life. Which shape should we go with first? Let's just keep it simple for now. We can go with a generic jack-o'-lantern face. I pull up a reference photo on my phone. We've got to start by scooping out the inside though. So let's cut a hole in the top. With a look of steadfast determination, she slices away the top of the pumpkin, exposing the contents within. She looks really cute with that look on her face. Her nose has scrunched up and she's focusing can't even read this correctly. Her nose has scrunched up and she's focusing intently on her task. And the best part is she's obviously Oh my gosh, I can't read at all. And the best part is she's so oblivious to how endearing she really is. Come on, don't be afraid to get your hands dirty. Okay, okay. Oh man, it feels so cold and sticky. It's slow and steady work. As we scoop out the inside, I do my best not to focus on how soft her hands and arms feel as they brush against mine. There, now my hands are all sticky. Yeah, mine too. Say, do you want a new hairstyle? What? I grin and reach forward, aiming for Sayori's head. Don't you even think about it. Okay, okay, I won't. I hold my hands up as a sign of peace. Sayori remains packed up away, a suspicious look on her face. As she lets her guard down and comes closer, I dart forward and boop her on the nose, leaving an orange smear. Hey, Heaney, I'm gonna get you for that. Only if you can actually catch me. I laugh and dart away from her strike. Sayori has never been particularly coordinated, so it's pretty easy to dodge her clumsy attempts. As she comes in for another swipe, I catch her wrist with my hand. She's squirming and wiggling wriggling, doing her best to keep my grip. Unfortunately, due to the slipperiness of the pumpkin coating on both of our hands, my grip isn't as strong as it like. She manages to twist her hand free and lands a respectable orange smear on my cheek. I told you. Her victory is short-lived as I manage to return the favor down her neck. Okay, a truce. Girl this time. No tricks? No. We still have the carved pumpkins. Okay, fair enough. After we wash our hands, Sayori takes the pen and starts to trace the face onto the pumpkin. I'm looking forward to the cupboards, trying to find a knife that's big enough. Ah, this one will do. How's this? I wander over to the left of Sayori. This is unfair. How is it that the girl who was late to wake up and get ready still smells really good? A faraway detached part of my vaguely remembers something my biology teacher was saying about what? Pheromones? Well, yeah, it smells great. Smells, huh? Oh damn, did I say smell instead of look? Huh? I guess I'm a little hungry. Yeah, that's perfect. I start carving it. There. Wow, that looks great. We make an awesome team, don't we? We sure do. What about for the other two pumpkins? I was thinking we could do a bet for this one, and we could just keep it simple for the last one. Like carve Boo into it? Perfect. Well, here we go again. A while later, we're finally all done. My back was itchy. And we're finally all done. Our handiwork sits proudly in front of us. Job well done. The others are gonna love them. I just realized we must look like two proud parents. Except our kids are pumpkins. Barry breaks out into giggles. Lorenzo, you've always been really funny, you know that? One of these days I'll learn how to take a compliment from the one of these days I'll learn how to take a compliment from the opposite sex, especially when it comes from someone I think I'm starting to fall in love. I knew it. Yes, especially when it comes from someone I think I'm starting to fall in love with. Unfortunately, that day is not today. As I feel my cheeks heat up, I'd be very surprised if Sayori didn't pick up on it. Anyway, I had a lot of fun today. Sadly, I've got a lot of homework to get on with. I'm gonna have to go, but I'll take a pumpkin with me. Anyway, I'll see you on Monday. Oh, and look, I know you're concerned about me, about what happened earlier, but please just try not to worry too much or anything. Oh, okay. Try and tell you when I'm comfortable, okay? Okay. Just take your time, Sayori. And no, I'll always be here. Oh. I'll always be here for you. Hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend. With a click, the door closes behind me. Okay, I didn't get much time to stew over the day's events though, as my phone blares to life. It's me, mama. Alright, Lorenzo, how have you been doing? Are you eating well? Yes, I'm eating some pizza. Whoa, slow down there. I'm fine. School's going well. Sakura's started talking about World War One, so history is pretty enjoyable. About the eating part, how are things on your end? Stressful. I want to come home and see you. I've been feeling ever so guilty about being away. No, it's fine. Seriously, since joining the club, that lonely feeling has pretty much disappeared. Plus, Sayori and I are hanging out a lot, so it's nice to have some regular contact with her again. Oh yes, the club of yours. You said it was a literature club, right? Well, that should mean your grades for Japanese will be fantastic, right? It's definitely helping. And the other club members? Yeah, we all get along pretty well. One girl is really shy, the other one is kind of cold, but I think she's a softie at heart. Oh, and Monica's the president. The Monica you used to share classes with? The one you had a crush on? Wait, what? Really? Monica? What? I didn't have a crush on her. Of course not. So being around Sayori again, when I called you last week, you were on the story at the park with her, right? Yeah. I'm so happy for both of you. She was always your best friend growing up. Although perhaps it's a motherly intuition, but I get the feeling that you and Sayori. What about us? I can sense her knowing smile even over the phone. Well, you tell me. Tell her you're developing feelings. Don't tell her about the feelings. I'll be honest with her. I'll tell her the truth. Yeah, I have a little bit of feelings for her. So what? Tell her you're developing feelings. Oh, well, truth be told, Mom, I think I really like her. Like, in that sense. Oh, yes. I did think this one day would come eventually. Look at my little boy all grown up, falling in love with a girl. Mom. Sorry. I guess I should have seen this coming. Given that you used to act around her as a kid, always looking out for her, protecting her from the things that scared her, sharing your food with her. Quite the gentleman you are. Really? You had those suspicions that early on? Motherly instinct, sweetheart. We share a laugh. It was confusing at first. I didn't really know what these new feelings were. I'd start to notice little things about her that I didn't see before, like how pretty her eyes are, or how nice she smells, or how cute she looks when she's trying to concentrate. I sigh dreamily. Yeah, I'll admit, she's got me good. But what's holding you back? Well, I don't really know girls that well. How am I supposed to know if she likes me back? Teenage love. Well, look at it this way. Oh my gosh, some Doki shit, yo. When a girl likes you, she'll do a few things and try to signal that interest. Does she maintain eye contact with you a lot? Laugh at your jokes? Offer to come with you to places or invite you along? Compliment you? Kinda, yeah. I mean, a lot of those things, yeah. But sometimes she acts a little bit off, as in there are days where she doesn't really want to talk to me or anyone else. It's something that she's hiding, but keeps her walls up and doesn't let me in. Like today, she was having a really bad nightmare. Things stuff like she's really tired and she feels bad for feeling useless, but she never wants to talk about it or just brushes me off whenever I try to help her. Well, there was a long gap in your history together. Perhaps something happened in her life, something that she isn't ready to share just yet. Patience is a virtue, sweetheart. You just have to understand it from her perspective. Sometimes people just don't want to share. I know it may be frustrating, you want to help, but she's just not letting you. Yeah, as much as we would like to, sometimes we can't just force ourselves into someone's life like that. Besides, we have no idea what her reasoning is. I'm sure she'll tell you when she feels comfortable doing so. Okay, that's two who said comfortable. All right, I just gotta be patient. But doesn't that mean she doesn't trust me yet? Not necessarily. From what you've told me, she's enjoying spending time with you. She certainly does trust you, just not on that level just yet. Okay, it'll come in time. Anyway, unfortunately, I have to go. A lot of work to be done still. It was lovely talking to you again, sweetheart, and keep me updated on the Sayori situation, especially if anything major pops up, okay? Sure thing, Mom. And thanks, your advice has really been helpful. It has, actually. You're very welcome, darling. Bye. Beep, beep, beep. With both my mother and Sayori gone, the room feels strangely empty. As I meander upstairs into my room and flop onto my chair, my mother's words echo in my mind. Maybe Sayori does like me too then. Well, even if she does, what am I meant to do? Am I meant to make the first move? Ask her to a date or be my girlfriend? Although we've been hanging out, just us two, isn't that already technically a date? I don't know. I think I'll just see how the next couple of weeks go and not push anything. That's good. That's smart, actually. Very smart. Primarily because I don't know what I'm doing. With a weary sigh, I boot up my computer. There's no way I'll be able to get any homework done with all this on my mind. Video games should be a nice way to relax. It's Halloween. It's Halloween coming up, so let's pick a horror game. Nice. This one looks a tempting. Third-person survival horror, police detective, nightmarish simulation. This will do fine. Sayori, what are you doing to me, Sayori? I tell you, I don't know. Man, do I regret staying up late yesterday? I knew it would be a bad idea. I knew I'd struggle staying awake. In way more than one, I really am my worst enemy. Wearily, I pour myself back to the land of living, determined to make an effort to pay attention to Sakurai. Would anyone care to give me a brief recap of the events that took place at the start of the war? Is it right? Don't all line up at once? I grin at him, marveling at how his humor is possibly the only thing keeping me awake. I hope he doesn't ask me though. It's hard enough staying awake, let alone actively contribute. Luckily, Sayori spares me from that possibility, giving him a perfect answer. Well explained. Your teacher definitely deserves a pay raise. He chuckles to himself, carrying on. Well, I paid attention for a couple of minutes. That means I am entitled to a nap, right? Another nap? What? Oh, it's another memory. It's another memory. Hey, Lorenzo. Yeah? He looks shy at the ground. Do you think we'll be friends forever? Oh. What do you mean? Like, we're pretty young and we've been friends for a while. When we move to junior high, we'll still be friends, right? And when we move to high school... Hey, Sayori, where's this coming from? Of course we will be. You're my best friend. I always enjoy hanging out with you. You're my best friend too, Lorenzo. You've always been really nice to me. I just don't want to lose that. Sayori, you're being so silly. I know. I have an idea. Something that means we'll always be friends. Okay? Wait, what? Something that means we'll always be friends. Oh, what? We should get married. Oh my gosh. Married? But isn't that what grown-ups do? Yeah, but we're 8 now. What? Oh my gosh, dude. I remember when I was 8 years old. Yo, I would always play with Legos. That's a pretty big number. Anyway, what do you think? If we're married, does that mean we'll be friends forever? I think so, yeah. I mean, my parents are friends and they're married, so that must mean that's how it works, right? Okay. How do we do it then? I think we have to get a grown-up to say it. Let me go find my mommy. Hang on. Oh my gosh. Mommy. Yes, darling, what's up? Me and Sayori are getting married. Marriage, yeah? My, that's really mature of you two. He smiles proudly at both of us. Oh, you two are so cute together, but being married isn't easy, you know? You have to support each other, and more importantly, you'd have to do special things for your partner. Like what? Mom leans forward, a playful look in her eye. Things like sharing your chocolate, Sayori. Sayori gasps. Do you think you could do that? And Lorenzo, you have to compromise too. Well, what does that mean? Well, let's just say that one day you wanted to play video games, but Sayori wanted to go to the park. What would you do? Easy. We'd go outside first, then come in and play. Come on, Mommy. This marriage stuff is so easy. Mom chuckles to herself. Oh, if it were that easy, well, you clearly ready then. Yeah, that's what I thought. We'll be best friends forever. Even in 50 years? Even in 50, 100. Wait, that's a big number, right? With a start, I'm jolted back to the present. Jeez. This isn't the kind of history I expected to learn when I started this class. Man, where did it all go wrong? We used to be inseparable. Best friends until the end, no matter what happened. I know we're talking and getting along again these days, but there were a good few years where we had no contact. And she said she loves being around me, but she didn't want to lose what we had. Even though she's probably felt estranged as we began to drift. As Sakurai talks, an uncomfortable feeling of guilt bubbles up within me. But we're friends now, right? So there's no sense lamenting on the past. Now everyone open your textbooks to the segment on trench warfare. I want you to write out the main features, what it was, how it worked, and how both sides tried to break out of it. Looks like I can't get away with just idly listening in the background anymore. After a while, the bell rings, the usual stampede occurs with students eager to head to lunch. As I'm making my way to the courtyard, I spot Natsuki. Hey Natsuki, how are you doing? Oh, it's you. I'm alright, I guess. There's an awkward moment of silence, a given, I suppose, as this is one of my first times talking to Natsuki one-on-one. Looking forward to the Halloween party? Should be fun, I guess. By the way, I don't suppose you've seen Sayori, have you? Don't you guys walk to school together? Yeah, but she wasn't there this morning and wouldn't reply to my text. I ended up walking alone. Weird. I haven't seen her in a while. I'll tell you if I see her. Okay. On my way to have lunch if you want to join. No, I'm good. I've already eaten anyway. Oh, okay. See you around then. She dismissively waves and turns away. I wonder if she's like this with everyone she meets. I don't have much time to ponder the question as I once again spot Yuri on my way to the courtyard. With Sayori absent, I don't really feel like staying alone. Yuri seemed happy to talk last time, and I can't imagine today would be any different. Hey Yuri. Once again, my greeting startled her. I slightly comical, although I do feel a little bad for making her jump. Ah, Lorenzo. Sorry, I didn't expect you again. Stop being a ninja, I promise. She laughs softly, closing her book and pulling out a box of food. Mind if we sit outside again? She nods and stands up. By the way, have you seen Sayori around? Sayori? Did she not walk with you? No, didn't meet me in the morning, didn't answer my calls. Just wondering if you've seen her around or anything. I can't say I have, apologies. No worries, I didn't expect you to have. I don't think she came to school today. The temporary lull in conversation feels a little awkward. Yuri isn't the greatest with leading a conversation or diverting a topic. She's fiddling with her hair, clearly thinking hard for something to say. Anyway, I'm curious, what are your thoughts on Halloween? Given you like horror so much. Well, are you sure you want to know? I'd hate to bore you. Not at all. I'd ask you specifically after all. It wouldn't bore me in the slightest. Well, to be truthful, while most people typically feel frightened by all of the monsters and horror villains to come out and play, Halloween, ironically enough, makes me feel safer. Why is that? I feel like I belong, if that makes sense. That's not too weird, is it? Yuri, seriously, you don't have to worry about it. I'm not going to make fun of you or anything, I promise. What do you mean by belong? Well, it's a day where most people get into the spirit of horror. If only for one day, it's a day where the macabre becomes the norm. I get a sense of belonging from it. It's because Halloween is typically comprised of horror stories, movies, etc. Okay. Although I'm not much of a fan of commercialism, it detracts a little from Halloween's actual meaning. Oh, you mean all the cheesy bad spider skeletons they hang up in stores? Precisely. Yeah, that's understandable. I mean, I'm not a huge on horror, but Halloween's always been fun. Sarah and I used to prank each other, scare each other with stories, that sort of thing. Obviously, we haven't done that in a few years. Another pang of guilt. Spending such a day with someone else, I imagine that must be wonderful to share. It's definitely something. We carved pumpkins over the weekend. We'll be bringing them to the club actually, so you can check them out. I look forward to it. Back to your initial question though, as frightening as horror villains can be, I would be hard-pressed to deny that their personalities or motives are interesting. Take Frankenstein's monsters, for instance. The very fact is it isn't given a name or only reference to be a monster makes you think it would behave like a mindless beast. Yet once it's created, it's unaware of its own identity and even becomes frightened. It's even able to forge relationships with the family or peasants, and even such a and even saves a human girl. Yet it is continually misunderstood, even being shot for its efforts. Even after being mistreated by its creator, it still mourns the creator's death, hardly to the behavior and emotion you would expect a typical monster to display, don't you think? Well, I can always count on Yuri for a thought-provoking discussion, that's for sure. When you put it like that, I can definitely see what you mean. I guess just by labeling something as a monster, people automatically assumed that it'll behave like one, right? So in giving it a personality and, well, human emotions, it does make you question whether the monster is really, well, a monster. Definitely. It's honestly fascinating. What a conversation. The rest of the lunch break passes by in a blur. Before I know it, the bell has rung and it's time to go. Well, that's another day over. Sayori's been on my mind all day no matter how much I try and distract myself. She's probably just ill given the stuff she eats. I guess it was bound to happen sooner or later. Still, can't hurt to check for myself. Hey Sayori, it's me. Was just wondering if you were okay, you know, because you didn't come to school today. There's a muffled shuffling as I hear footsteps slowly walk towards the door. You didn't have to. I just wasn't feeling well, that's all. I've been trying to sleep it off, so that's why I missed your calls. Sorry. No worries. Hey, what do you have? A sore throat? Fever? I just got a really bad headache, and I'm feeling really dizzy. I can get some stuff from the pharmacy if you like. Should make you feel better. No, it's okay. I think I'll be fine. Don't you worry about me. As she's talking, I can't help but notice what a mess the room is. I know Sayori has never been on the neat side, but this looks worse than usual. You're taking medicine for your headache already? Huh? She frantically follows where I'm pointing to and swiftly hides the medicine packets in her pocket. Oh, those. Yeah. See, you don't have to get medicine for me after all. Right. Anyway, I'm sorry I'm not in the mood to talk. This headache is a real meanie. If you don't mind, I'm gonna try and get some more sleep. See ya. Sayori, wait. What is it, Lorenzo? Look, I know you're concerned about me, and it's really sweet, but for once, can you just stop it? I'm okay. I'm just really tired and not feeling myself. I stare at her, hurt. I'm sorry. Didn't mean to snap at you. I just really not in a good mood right now. Okay, I guess it's on me for worrying too much. Well, I hope you feel better soon, Sayori. The soft click of the door is my only response. Why do I feel this way? What's going on? There's something going on here that I'm not realizing. I know what it is, but it's just different. The nightmares, the days where she's not herself, the refusal to accept my help, but then the next day she's totally fine, back to her cheery self. Am I just overreacting? Maybe I do just worry about her too much. Thinking about it, if the roles were reversed, would I find her overbearing? Although I don't have anything to hide, Well, as mom said, I have to give it time. So I guess all I have to do is wait. Hopefully, it'll be that simple. For now, I'll just play along with her and try to dial back my concern. As though... Wait, what? As tough as that'll be. Sayori, what are you doing to me? Why? She's just smiling. Like, oh, is it Halloween already? Oh, bet. Oh, bet. That refreshing crispness in the air. The vibrant flurry of reds and oranges and yellows gently swirling down from the treetops. It's definitely autumn. And with autumn comes Halloween. While I'm not into horror as much as someone like Yuri, I've always enjoyed Halloween. It gives a good excuse to include in all things horror, not to mention pranks, friends, and enemies. And Sayori and I used to go all out each other when it came to Halloween pranks. Speaking of, she's late as usual. Sayori, there you are. Hurry up or miss out on all the fun. Oh, what? Oh, that's so cute. What is this? Like a little, like, it looks like a cowboy, but like she put the little bow around her hat. I'm going as fast as I can. I took a little nap after school, so I was putting on my costume. A little nap, huh? Something tells me that this nap was more than just a cat nap. Well, you still look pretty nice at least. A cowgirl. Oh, I said cowboy. Oh my god. Oh, she looks like a cute cowgirl. Huh? Like in the Halloween twist on it, has a really cool vibe to it. You look great as well, Lorenzo. I haven't seen you in a costume for ages. Wait, what am I? It's really bringing back memories. Thanks. Can you believe that I actually put effort into this? I laughed to myself. There I was thinking I'd outgrown Halloween, yet here I am. Well, you have to. It's Halloween after all. I just wonder what the others are gonna look like. Her question lingers in my head as we make our way to the school. Along the way, I spot a couple of other people also dressed up. One guy doesn't look too out of the ordinary. Brown fedora, red and green sweater. Isn't that Freddy Krueger? And his gloves, that's the giveaway. It sports a row of blades. Upon closer inspection, his face looks charred and burnt. Impressive makeup, to say the least. Sayori flinches as she passes him. I don't like the look of that guy. I bet he'll give me nightmares. Whatever he was, an intentional pun or not, he was up for debate. Oh, look at them, Lorenzo. I can't help but grin as I see what Sayori's pointing to, a group effort with one person in a brown Great Dane dog onesie. Next to him stands a nervous looking guy with a shaggy brown hair, with a confident looking blonde man leads the pack, accompanied by two women. Scooby-Doo. It's a pretty big contrast for the costume we saw beforehand. The walk to school feels more like a parade with a variety of characters ranging from horror to Q, western to eastern. A creepy looking pale girl with just black hair covered her face ambles past us without a word. Sayori clinges to me. Why do people have to dress so scarily? Well, it is Halloween. I know. It's just that some of these costumes and makeup are so convincing. I squeeze her hand gently. Sayori, they're just people having fun. Look, I say hello to the next one. You'll see they're just celebrating Halloween. There's nothing to be afraid of. She doesn't look very convinced, but nods nods anyway. Next person to walk by us doesn't look too scary. Kinda looks like a janitor with a dark overalls and a expressionless white mask. Sure, the mask is a bit unsettling, but at least okay, never mind. He's got a huge knife. Hey, nice costume. The mask man doesn't reply, although he does stop walking now. He's just standing there wordlessly looking at both of us. I don't think this is doing Sayori any favors. Oh, on your way to a party? No response. He tilts his head and his fingers fiddle with the hilt of the knife. Well, Sayori tugs on my sleeve as the man carries on walking. Maybe he was a mime. Sure, let's just go with that. The school grounds look completely different at night with the lights out and the usual noises absent. The whole building has a totally different vibe. I can't help but shiver slightly as we draw closer. It's crazy how the hustle and bustle of the place really brings it to life. With all of that gone, the sleeping school looks like a typical haunted building you see in horror movies. The windows, devoid of any light, are sinister and uninviting. The faint light of the moon basks to the grounds in internal glow. Either way, we must be the only students who's breaking in to celebrate Halloween. Oh my gosh, we're actually doing it. Hardly the most wild of places to break into, but the sight in front of me confirms that it's perfect for the festivity. Lorenzo, oh, don't tell me you're scared, Sayori. Hey, you're too. I puffed my chest out in a comedic display of a fox bravado. I'm not. She playfully rolls her eyes. If you say so. By the way, where are the others? Right behind you. Oh gosh. I can't help but just let out a yelp of surprise as the unexpected voice causes me to jump out of my skin. Meanwhile, Sayori is in a furious fit of giggles, shaking with laughter. Hey, what's so funny? Don't tell me you weren't scared either. I saw her coming. Oh, look. Monica holds an expression torn between sympathy and amusement. Oh, is she like a good type of witch? Sorry, Lindsay, but it was too good. Wait, it was too good an opportunity to pass up. You should have seen your reaction. Monica looks so different. Like her hair is like just different. It's like down. I pull a face. Very funny. Nice costume, by the way. She does a twirl. Thank you. I wasn't sure what to go with in the end. It felt weird putting on a costume. I can't even remember the last time I did anything for Halloween. I'm guessing this is the first time you've broken into school, huh? You shouldn't be proud of that, Lorenzo. Oh, come on, Monica. Where's the rebellious teenage spirit? You're a witch after all. Aren't they meant to get up to mischief? Yeah, come on, it'd be a lot of fun. No one will find out. I don't know. In all the excitement of preparing for Halloween, I totally forgot that Monica was a perfect student. Thought of breaking in, especially into school, must be completely foreign to her. Still, sometimes you gotta have a little fun. Today, of all days as well. A weary smile works its way on her face, just for today. As it turns out, breaking into a school is kinda easy. That, or we just got lucky, we managed to find a window that's unlocked. The interior of the darkened school looks just as spooky as the exterior. My imagination is doing me no favors. Every sound we make seems exceedingly unwelcome, like we stumbled into the den of a monster. Even with Sayori and Monica near me, I can't help but feel uneasy. I was all for the idea of breaking into school, but now that we're actually inside, it's only just dawning on me how creepy darkened schools really are. I swear I heard a rumor that a couple years ago a student committed suicide in this very school. Did she hang herself? I shiver as I simultaneously try to block out the memory and remember more of it. Oh my gosh, we're not even gonna talk about that. Nope, Sayori, close your ears. No, that wasn't it. She just disappeared one day. Oh, okay. No trace of her. Almost like her very being was just deleted. Gone like that. Okay, Monica, what kind of hacking shit are you doing, Monica? I mentally shake myself. No, that didn't happen. There are just silly rumors that school kids like to spread to creep each other out. But a part of me can't help but imagine, what if that actually did happen? Would her ghost still be roaming these various halls, twisted with vengeance, prowling for victims? What if... Here we are. Monika's voice spans me out of my spectral spill. We're outside the club room. I can spot Yuri and Natsuki inside, poring over a pumpkin carving. Oh, they're here already. It's a shame we're doing it in this room. Huh? Why? Well, it's Halloween, right? The classroom opposite to us is where that one student hung herself. I read that right? Oh my gosh. Hey guys, you two look great. Oh, look at Yuri. She looks so beautiful. Yuri blushes. It looks like she's gone from some sort of gothic vampire outfit, which given her taste into horror and poetry is a really good fit. Thank you, Monika. I like her costume a lot. I want to see Natsuki's actually. It is quite enjoyable to express my love for horror by this way. Poems are, of course, gratifying to write, but this makes a nice change. Sayori wanders over, trying to figure out what Yuri is meant to be. Are you a vampire? Yes, a gothic one, in a vein of Anne Rice's vampire. It's not too dark, is it? Relax, Yuri, it's Halloween. It's pretty much a day dedicated to horror. It's fitting. I really like yours as well, Natsuki. Pretty spooky. Oh, that should be your name for today. Like she's like a little skeleton. Sayori, what the heck are you? Not spooky. Oh my gosh. That's your new name. It's super fitting. Not spooky. Natsuki looks at Monika and Yuri in a desperate plea. After getting no response, she sighs deeply and starts up again. Sayori, yeah? This is literally the stupidest thing I've heard all day. Everyone but Sayori breaks down to laughter. Hey, that's super mean. Sorry, but it's the truth. But it's cute. Cute? I'm a skeleton? How in the world is that cute? It's Halloween. This day is supposed to be like the opposite of cute. Well, I won't lie, that's a pretty fitting name, not spooky. She grins. Sorry. Oh, come on. Yuri could have come up with a better nickname. Yuri? You're putting me on spot here, Natsuki. To her credit, at least she didn't call her not spooky. Lorenzo? Sorry, I really can't deny Sayori her moment of glory. Fine, but only if I get to give her a dumb nickname too. Wait, Sayori, what exactly are you? A cowgirl, right? Yuri tips her hat down and adopts a southern cowboy drawl. It's high noon. Well, not a very good one. There's silence for a moment. If you listen closely, you can almost hear the tumbleweed going by. Fitting for a cowboy, at least. Sayori, it's midnight. It's high moon then. Everyone's face is just like, Monika's just like, what the fuck? You've been watching too many spaghetti western, Sayori. Spaghetti? Now I'm just hungry. This is the perfect reason why I like Halloween. It really brings everyone together, even in the premise of the festivity is a bit dark. I figured you like Halloween the most, Yuri. It's pretty much a day dedicated to horror. Although it's pretty great seeing a skeleton, a cowboy, a vampire, and a witch all in the same room. Not exactly every day you get to see that. I just remember all the silly things we'd get up to, all the pranks, the scary movies. Pretty silly. It's gonna be the best. I barely noticed the music. Oh, not spooky. Please don't make it too scary. We already passed a bunch of people in terrifying outfits on the way here. This horrible guy with a glove made of knives. Yuri smiles softly, not surprised she recognizes the character. Ah, you won't sleep well tonight, will you, Sayori? Sorry, Sayori. Can't make any promises. We all share a collective laugh as Sayori pouts. Ahem, speaking of festivities, I brought something that I believe would contribute to the intoxicating nature of the mythicism of Halloween. It's rather, what? Decadent, but since it's a special occasion, Yuri slides a slender black wine bottle out of her bag. So what, we drinking now or what? Its glass takes an alluring shine beneath the fluorescent lights. I was able to find a nice Chianti. Yuri? Is that apple cider, Yuri? No, I think that's wine. I've done something wrong again, haven't I? I don't think alcoholic drinks are allowed on school grounds now, are they? Not to mention that we're underage anyway. Although, that's never really stopped anyone from drinking. I'm sorry, I just thought that's given that we're trespassing anyway. I don't know what I was thinking, and now the answer is ruined too. It's fine, Yuri. At least you didn't bring it during a regular club meeting. Just be careful not to let anyone catch you with it. I have to admit though, you're the last person I would have expected to bring something like that here. Proof that Yuri must be under the influence of the witching hour or something. There's still an hour or so until the witching hour. You know what I mean. Hey, it's okay. It'll just add to the story. The story? Yeah, you know, the story that we'll be telling people later about tonight. Hey, you better leave that not spooky stuff out of it. Nope. Sayori, not spooky. Alright. Cut it, you two. To be honest, although, I am a bit curious about how the wine tastes. Oh, come on, Monica, aren't you supposed to be the responsible one here? You're right. She casts a wistful gaze at the wine as she says that, though Sayori and Natsuki seem to be glancing at the bottle curiously as well, while Yuri hesitantly stows it back in her bag. Okay, everyone, let's move along at the main event, shall we? Who wants to share their poem first? Who wants to share their poem first? Let's see. This is kind of about Yuri, so let's see her horror thing. Ethereal? Somber sounds of midnight malaise float around a classified chalice? What? I don't know a lot of these words. Oh my, I don't quite know how to respond. The room is silent. Oh no, I went too far, didn't I? Oh no, it's just the kind of thing we're looking for. Would you like to tell us what you were thinking when you wrote this? I like the room in the background. It's like the Halloween thing is just so cool. Okay, here takes a deep breath. It's a bit hard to describe, but sometimes there are nights where my mind just seems to be full of noise. You can see the room better now. Nights when I can hear the trails of absent-immunity. I said that right? Did she get caught up in her own poem that much? Hey, Earth to Yuri. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to get sidetracked. It's okay, Yuri. Don't feel like you have to rush. Yeah, take your time. Right. Well, as I was saying, I wanted to try and capture the feelings one might have on a bit of a dark night. Wait, aren't all nights dark? It's a metaphor, Sayori. I think Yuri's trying to talk about when people are going through a difficult time. That's right, Lorenzo. The dead of night can be very fickle. It can be a peaceful time as the world around us winds down. But sometimes being alone with our thoughts can be terrifying. This poem was an attempt to reclaim some of that darkness. Oh, I see now. Well, I think you did a great job with that, Yuri. Yeah, I really liked it. You did? Thank you. Alright, let's see Sayori's now. My old friend, there is a dark and hollow thing that follows close to me and to me clings. It sticks to me and turns in turn. When I spin around and discern in the dark and the deep the finished shape that it keeps, it goes away when sunlight shines. The sunlight's sweet and worms are kind. But does it really? Is it gone? Or is it secretly keep on? Is it really hiding there, staring from beneath a chair, glaring from atop the stairs, nowhere but yet everywhere? In the corner, in the gap I stare in, and it looks back. Weighing down, draining out. That was interesting. This was very interesting, Sayori. I've always enjoyed seeing your poet step out of your comfort zone a little, especially when it comes to writing horror. What do you mean? You typically don't write darker poems, correct? Unless it's misinterpreted. Oh no, you're right, Yuri. This was a real change of pace and it was fun. Well, I'm glad my suggestion has gone down well then. I figured out it would be fitting for the occasion. Don't give her too much praise. She'll start thinking she's the next Stephen King. Hey, I'd be a great horror writer. Actually, no, wait, I wouldn't. I'm not a big on, like, you know, actually scary stuff. Makes sense. What's this poem about anyway? Oh, well, it's about whatever you think it's about. Are you trying to sound like Yuri? No, silly. I didn't write it specifically. I didn't write it with a specific thing on mind. It never truly goes away. So it can be whatever you think it is. A terrible secret, a scary monster, a childhood fear of the dark. It can be made up, or it could be real. It doesn't just scare you. Maybe whatever it is drains you as well, bit by bit. And what makes it scary is knowing it's always there. Oh my, holy crap, I know. It's safe to say that no one expected that from her. The temporary silence in the room confirms that. Oh shit. Natsuki frowns, evidently nonplussed by what she's just heard. Even the cool, calm, collected Monica looks a little taken back. Yuri, on the other hand, smiles contentedly, seemingly unfazed by the somber explanation coming from Sayori's mouth. Wow. Okay, it's not just me who didn't see that coming, right? Laughter fills the club room. I mean, it's Sayori. Your use of metaphors and use of darker thematic imagery was very refreshing to see. Just do me a favor and don't turn into another Yuri, okay? Natsuki. Yuri. Kidding. It was great, Sayori. Oh, you guys. Alright, Natsuki, what do you got? The dark. Sometimes I lie awake at night, sitting in a room devoid of light, and think about the monsters waiting in the dark. I can't even imagine what they look like. Maybe sharp claws and skin lined with spikes. Maybe a mouth that could swallow me whole. Maybe red eyes that could pierce my soul. They could eat me right now if they wanted, yet they wait. Waiting for me to close my eyes, waiting for me to dream of the light, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. But now I'm thinking about the monsters and I'm still awake in the dark. Ooh, yeah, I know it's not that great. Actually, I quite like it, Natsuki. It's pretty obvious that horror is something out of your comfort zone, but you did an exceptional job at combining your style of writing with horror. Fear is a very complex emotion, so it's challenged putting it into simple words, but I say you did quite well. I would have to agree with Monica. Fear isn't something that is meant to completely understood. Its complexity behind what a person fears and why they're afraid of it is almost unfathomable. Is that right? Your poem is about fear of the dark, or more specifically, a fear of the unknown eyes. Yeah, just I don't like the not knowing what's there. I don't like not feeling safe. My poem is all about how your imagination plays tricks on you when you're in the dark. You know, there's no such thing as monsters, but like, you can never be completely sure. That's what scares me, the uncertainty. I can relate, but as I was saying, it's certainly a feat encapsulating something as complex as fear into 4 simple stanzas. Did I say it right? Natsuki smiles proudly. What can I say? I'm good at what I do. Well, yeah, well done, not spooky. Sayori, if you said that one more time, anyway, moving on. Oh my gosh. Oh gosh, what? Reverie? Okay, I wake up cold black night, silent and still. I fall to my knees, splinters in my hand, dust in the air, cold. Where am I? I reach for the light I need. Is it there? The switch is pressed. I feel the warmth on my face and my hands and my arms and I wake up. It's dark all over, cold, silent and numb. I reach my hand out. I have no eyes to see, but I can feel it. I press the switch, the warmth fills me, the dark comes again, I die again. I wake up, noise in my ear, voices cold. I reach out and feel nothing. Where is it? Wasn't it real? Wasn't it here? Everyone reaches but nobody can touch it. The dark comes again, we all die again. I wake up here again. Okay, Monica bells a little bit after she finishes. I mull over what she reads. I don't really get it. That sounded like something Yuri would have written. Oh, is that a bad thing? Of course not. What does reverie mean? I don't think I've heard it before. It's an English word that means something like having a pleasant daydream, but it comes from a French word that means madness. Appropriate for Halloween, isn't it? Monica smiles, is looking a bit more sinister than normal, somehow. How cultured. Yuri looks a little distressed at the implication of Natsuki's sarcasm and the idea that Monica's poem sounded like something she might have written. Do both meanings relate to the poem? You can say that. What do you mean? It reflects on how a blissful act can make the pain go away for a little while. Okay. Alright guys, all your poems have been pretty good so far, but just wait till you hear my poem. An evil grin stretches across my face as I whip out my own poem. Yuri, if you're this confident, I'll be looking forward to your recitation. Did you put extra effort into this one, Lorenzo? Well, not quite. What's that supposed to mean? It's not a poem that I wrote myself, Lorenzo, but I promise you that it's very appropriate for this occasion. This is a poem that had an urban legend attached to it. Supposedly, if you read it aloud, you'll be cursed so that something tragic happens to you. Maybe even death. Oh, Lorenzo, that's so scary. I know, right? It's great. This poem is called Tomino's Hell, written by a poet named Sayori Yaso. And it just so happens that this is the poem that I will be reading to you all. They all look so scared at this very moment. Lorenzo, don't do it. What if something really bad happens to you? Yeah, right. It's called an urban legend for a reason, you know. Emphasis on legend, as in something that's not real. Still, I like to see the data on all the people who've read this poem so far. And statistically speaking, it's likely that something tragic will eventually happen to you anyway. I find that there is always some element of truth behind these stories though. Of course, the truth might not reflect the literal meaning of these stories and legends. However, there's likely a message behind the legend. Yeah, I'm not gullible enough to believe any of this stuff though. Alright guys, let's settle down. You can all voice your thoughts after I read it. Oh great, that's cool, I'm gonna read it right now. Tomino's Hell. Elder sister vomits blood, younger sister breathing fire. While sweet little Tomino just spits up the jewels, all alone does Tomino go falling into the hell, a hell of utter darkness without even flowers. Is Tomino's big sister the one who whips him? The purpose of all scourging hangs dark in his mind, lashing all, thrashing him, but never quite shattering. One sure path to Avisi, the eternal hell, into the blackest of hell guides him now. I pray to the golden sheep, to the night tingle. How much did he put in that leather pouch to prepare for his trek to eternal hell? Spring is coming to the valley, to the wood, to the spiraling chasms of the blackest hell. The nightingale in her cage, the sheep abroad the wagon, and tears well up in the eye of sweet little Tamino. The long poem. I'm just gonna skip it. Not sure it's just me overthinking, but I feel a strange chill running down my spine after reading that. Yeah. Renzo, that was seriously too scary. It was alright. I should probably downplay it, at least for Sayori's sake. I'd have to agree with you, Sayori. It had a very creepy old-fashioned feel to it. After hearing that, I wouldn't doubt that something bad looms in your future. Monica? Personally, I found that poem quite beautiful. Of course, it's certainly eerie, but there are a lot of symbols and metaphors that I could pick out just from hearing that one reading. I think that I'll have to look into this poem more in my free time. You guys think that was scary? It's pretty much meh. Wait, it was pretty meh in my opinion. Oh, poor Sayori looks so scared though. Oh, don't be scared, Sayori. The poet was clearly trying too hard to be edgy and smart. If I may respectfully disagree, the tone and word choice of the poem matches its content. It's not written that way simply to be edgy. After all, if I understand it correctly, Tamino was banished to hell for murdering his own parents. Eh? How do you get that out of the poems? Well, it mentioned that Tamino is on the way to Avisi, the lowest of hells in Buddhism, and killing one's parents is a way to get sent there. Oh well, whatever. I still don't like it. Well, you guys can agree to disagree, but whether you like the poem or not, you had to agree that it and the legend attached to it is pretty interesting, right? I mean, I guess. Lorenzo, I'm gonna have to keep a good eye on you from now on. Well, just in case the legend comes true. Oh, sorry, there's probably a bigger chance that something bad will happen to you first, given how clumsy you are. No! Hey, we all share a laugh with Sayori joining in after a moment of pouting. Hi guys, this has been so enjoyable. It's fun to scare your friends with silly pranks and dressing up. It's a lot of fun. Although, I don't really like horror that much. It's just as scary to think what could be out there. Stop being a chicken, Sayori. Hey, you're the one who got scared by Monica earlier. The girls all laugh at my expenses as I let out a groan. She's never gonna let me live this one down. Touché. Anyway, it's ghosty story time, right? Did I say right? It's ghost story time, right? Did I say ghosty? I don't really know how many ghost stories. I don't really know many ghost stories, to be honest. Sorry, but I looked on the internet to find some. Most were super long, like this one about what is it? Kind of sleep experiment. Sayori, you're rambling. Oh, oops. Sorry, I'm new to telling scary stories. I'm curious though, guys. What sights or sounds scare you? I'll be honest with you. Silence scares me, especially after I read a gripping horror story. Is it me? Is it just me who finds reverse music really creepy? My piano teacher showed me a few reverse pieces once. It just felt wrong listening to it. Especially when there's vocals. You start hearing things that aren't there. I don't know. Come on, Natsuki. There has to be something out there that creeps you out. You'll just laugh. We won't. She's right, Natsuki. We've all shared. What is it? Natsuki averts her eyes, talking to the floor. The noises that children's toys make. Actually, low-key, that is kind of true. Like if like a little kid had like a doll and it just like starts talking by itself. Oh my gosh, no way. It's like when I'm home alone and I think of like a Jack-in-the-Box playing by itself. That is a little bit creepy. It'll creep you guys out too. I'm with you. I've always found anything to do with children scary, especially in the dark. The sound of babies crying, for example, normally it's annoying, but if I heard it in the dark and there was no one else around, I'd shiver. Well, it's fitting you mentioned that, Lorenzo. Don't you remember that argument we had on Halloween back when we were like 10? No? Sayori, where is this going? We were both on our way to a Halloween party. It was pretty quiet out. So you could hear everything. I heard the sound of a baby crying, but it wasn't coming from inside anyone's house or anything. There weren't many people on the streets either, and it definitely wasn't one of them. It was coming from down a dark alleyway. It sure runs down my spine as I remember exactly what incident she's talking about. I remember I wanted to go out and investigate. I was scared it was a toddler in danger, but it didn't let me. You were too chicken to. Hey, okay. We were just in a rush. But anyways, pretty creepy, right? I guess I can kind of see what you mean about babies crying being creepy. Oh, that is a bit creepy, honestly. It was a bit. I was a bit scared myself. Looking back, I'm glad you convinced me not to go. Ooh, that's creepy. Guess being a wimp has its perks, huh? Yuri, Sayori, and Natsuki all laugh. Monica, however, looks like she's been slapped in the face. Guys, do you not realize how lucky you were? Eh? Oh god, you guys have no idea. What? Sayori, did anything seem a bit off about that baby's cry? Sayori scrunches up her face in an attempt to recall. Don't tell me. Oh my gosh. Don't even tell me. Well, it did sound a bit repetitive though. Like the cries didn't change much. Monica's voice shakes as she replies, guys, that's what serial killers do to lure out young women. Oh. I can't help but burst out laughing. What? What? Pretend to be babies? Come on, Monica. You had me going for a second there, but you kind of ruined the punchline. She looked straight into my eyes. No, Lorenzo. They record a clip of babies' cries and hide the speaker in a dark place. They prey on women's maternal instincts because they know they're attached to the sound of infants in distress. What? Is that like true? Legit? What? Sayori? The laughter dies on my lips as a cold, sickening silence takes its place. Oh my god. That's why the cries didn't sound natural. They just recorded a small segment and played it over and over. It all makes sense now. The unnatural cries and the dark alleyway. Meticulous calculated effort to ensnare an unsuspecting victim. Wait, hang on. Didn't Miss Kasumi go missing around that time? Miss Kasumi used to teach Sayori and I a long time ago. What happened to her exactly? Sayori shrugs. We were told that she moved away suddenly to work in a different part of the country, right? People used to spread really scary, horrible rumors about what happened to her, but they don't really make sense. Hang on. She had a child of her own that year, didn't she? Oh my gosh, she did. And my parents wouldn't really discuss her whenever I asked. They were super dismissive of the whole thing. I always wondered why. Oh my goodness. Wait, you guys actually believe that? Everybody looks at Natsuki shocked. Oh, come on. There's no way you guys almost walked into a trap. Besides, that's just an urban legend. What happened to their teacher then? She just disappeared and Lorenzo's parents refused to talk about it. I don't know about you, but that just seems pretty convenient for this story. Well, maybe some things are better left off unanswered, huh? Although I do hope Sayori and I are just misremembered. Well, on that cheerful note, how about we move on to the next story? I like to nominate Natsuki. My story. Natsuki, do you have one? I never said that. I do, but it's just I got it off the internet. I don't like horror, so if it's bad, it's not my fault, okay? Natsuki clears her throat. Anyway, it's about these two friends named Ao and Nariko. Basically, there was a rumor going around at their high school about people seen going in and out the abandoned house on the outskirts of town. brought their flashlight for the two of them. Naruko, on the other hand, brought a knife with her just in case they ran into any trouble. They go inside and the place reeks. When talking, Lorenzo room level of stink. What? Hey! Everyone bursts out laughing. Was that really necessary? Sorry, I had to. Anyway, they look around for a bit. They find the door to the basement, the stairs to the second floor, things like that. Finally, they go into the kitchen and find the source of the smell. There's some weed on the table and it looks to be recently used. This confirms Ao's suspicions that it's just a drug dealer and she wants to leave. Naruko, on the other hand, still wants to snoop around for a bit. They got into an argument with each other with Naruko calling Ao a coward because she thinks Ao wants to leave since she's afraid of all the rumors. Then Naruko goes, yeah, well, if you're not afraid, then go down into the basement. Ao gladly accepts and walks over to the basement door. As soon as she opens it, she feels a sharp pain in her back, and before she can react, she gets pushed down the stairs. She tumbles down the stairs, and once she hits the bottom, she realizes she can't feel her legs. Her vision is blurred, but she can barely make out a figure standing at the top of the stairs with a knife. The last thing Ao hears before she passes out is Naruko's footsteps as she listens down the stairwell of an old grizzled voice says, "This one will do nicely." The very next day, Naruko and Ao call in sick. It's kind of a shame, really, because they missed out on all the talk about how someone heard strange animal-like growls coming from the old abandoned house on the outskirts of town. So yeah, hope you liked it or whatever. Oh my gosh, what happened to Naruko and Ao at the end? They didn't die, did they? Use your imagination. Nice story, Natsuki. Quotes actually provide good fodder for horror stories. Indeed, I've read quite a few novels involving cults. Everyone's smiling, but poor Sayori, she's just so scared. Oh, don't be scared, Sayori. Doesn't portrait of Markov involve something like that? Something similar, yes. Speaking of Yuri and horror stories, how about you go next, Yuri? Me? Alright then. Give it your best shot. You're walking alone. Wait, what? One pale autumnal night. The moon is graceful, casting her light down below like snowdrops. As you continue down your path, something shambles behind you. You turn around to look for what it might be, but all you see is a cluster of leaves rustled by the pale air. Slowly returning, you notice the light in every house around you going out, then flickering before they fully extinguishing. With tentative steps, you advance toward one of them to investigate. Just as you're about to reach the window, you hear something snapping behind you. A broken twig is all that remains. Uncertainly floating around inside your head, you're unconsciously start walking faster away from the suburbs. Eventually, you find solace in silence, the only sound being your heartbeat. It's quiet, nothing bad seems to be happening now. In fact, nothing at all seems to be happening. Confused, you look around to see that you're in front of a house in the street. No one's staring, nor are there any lights. Gently pacing towards your house, you go through the door. The lights are on, the television is on, but no one in sight. This is unusual. You were expecting your parents to be home tonight. Have they gone out without telling you? No, that couldn't be it. They've always let you know where they're be. You pull out your phone and open your contacts, give them a call. However, no one is registered in there anymore. No matter how hard you try to remember, you can't call out to them. Suddenly, there's a heavy knock on the door. You peer through the keyhole, but see no one. Another knock. Another. You cautiously open the door, but there is still no one there. No one anywhere. After this happened, while you're alone in the piercing silence so sound it fills the air, you do not know, and there isn't any way for you to find out. That's it? What a dumb story. Nothing ever happened. Why were there any scary monsters and stuff? There is no greater fear than the unknown. Ooh, okay. Sharp claws can be prepared for. Enigmatic silence cannot. What's more fearful Something you know is coming for you, or feeling safe when you're in fact not. Damn. Quite a somber note to end your story on, Yuri. You can always count on you for a good horror tale, huh? Anyways, I'll go next. Although a scary story, not that I think about it, I don't think I've come up with a ghost story before. I haven't read too many stories either. Well, I guess that isn't a surprise. Just make one up then, it'll be fun. Well, I can't say I've tried that too. Are you trying to get out of telling a story? Of course not. Now that I think about it, there is one I've heard of. Monica's expression turns serious. The mood in the room turns serious. She uses the same intensity she did for when she read her poems, and everyone quiets down. A number of years ago, Tana Beta had come along as it does every year. It's the story of a lost little girl. Where am I? She cried. She cried and cried, hoping desperately she could find someone to help her. But the little girl was alone. Nobody could hear her. But just as all hope seemed lost, she heard a voice. Isn't the night wonderful? The girl looked up. Where before there was nobody was now a man in an elegant yukata. He wore what looked like a no mask, but it was completely blank. Behind the man stood a tall mask of lanterns, all sorts hanging from it. How rude of me, the man admonished himself. Welcome, dear customer. Your heart seems unhappy. Why not take a look at any mask? The man said as he gestured to the mask behind him. Please take one that will bring you a smile to your face. The girl looked at the mask. There was one that looked frightening, one that looked strange, one that looked exotic, and many others. What about your mask, mister? The girl asked. I'm sorry, but this mask is very special. It's not for sale. The girl looked sad. I like that mask. It looks really cool. The man laughed softly. It has been called many things, but this is perhaps the first time it has been called cool. Would you like a fruit? The man asked, picking one from a tree behind him. They're sweet and delicious. The girl reached to take it, but the man pulled his hand back. Ah, they're not for children. The girl was confused. Just for tonight, it should be fine, he said as he offered his hand once again. In the festival of the night, children can become adults and adults become children. Is that true? Asked the girl, and the man assured her it was. The girl took the fruit and bit into it. It was unlike anything she had tasted before. It was almost overwhelming, but the flavor was wonderful. It's good, the girl said happily. The man laughed again. I'm glad you think so. There's plenty, so please eat all you like. As she ate, the man took down a mask. What about this one? The girl took the mask. It looks like me. She looks like a princess, the girl said in awe. Do you like it? Please take it. What about the money? What about money? Asked the girl. I don't need money. Instead, I would like to be friends. Is that okay? Of course, the girl agreed. From now on, we're friends. I'm glad, the man said with gratitude. Why not put on your mask? The girl did so. She was overcome with a strange feeling. Why is it? She asked. Alas, long I have dreamt of this moment, my dear, my Eve, my only friend. The man smiled beneath his mask as he spoke, as the light of the stars began to fade. For it is the festival of night, where children become adults and adults become children. Let it be known. It was kind of creepy. Another unconventional horror story I see. Yep, guess monsters less horror stories are more popular than you think. I'd rather like the mysterious tone myself. It's very reminiscent of the styles of Asian horror stories. You guys have a weird sense of what's scary. I mean, this story is necessarily meant to scare you to death. Spirits don't have to just be frightening, you know. Well, it is Halloween. Aren't things supposed to be scary today? But Halloween is fun too, not just scary. Alright, you guys, break it up. Let's just all agree to disagree again. Monica smiles gratefully at me. My turn to tell a story. So this is something that actually happened to a friend of mine. Oh, really? Yes, really. So it happened to Sayori then? Huh? The story's about me? Is that true, Lorenzo? What? No, it's not. Okay, let's just get on with the story, shall we? Okay, Monica, I will begin my story. Alright, anyway. So this friend of mine lived alone in an apartment building. He lived in the downtown area and loved to party all night, and one night he was out as usual. However, when he stumbled back home in the early hours of the morning, he realized that he lost his keys and he was locked out of his apartment. So he ended up having to call his landlord, who was pissed at having to wake up in the middle of the night just to let him back in. But in the end, he was able to get home safely. So that's all that matters, right? I can certainly relate to that comforting feeling, right? But when he got inside, he noticed that his keys were actually on his nightstand. So he didn't lose them after all. They weren't an extra set that his landlord lent him. Nope. He was able to recognize them by the keychain he attached to it. So that's it? Pretty much, yeah. What's so scary about that? Because you haven't realized it yet, huh? What do you mean? Oh, I get it. The apartment was locked when he got back, right? Yeah, I got that part. But his keys were still in the apartment. So how do you suppose he locked them in? Huh? Someone must have gotten into his apartment and placed them inside, then locked the door themselves from the inside. And the only set of keys were my friend's and his landlord's, so whoever it was who brought his keys back was still in the apartment when he got home. But who was it then? He never found out. Holy shit, yo, that's so fucking creepy, yo. Holy crap, I don't know why that kind of gave me chills. That freaked me out. You're gonna make me permanently paranoid. That was quite an enjoyable story, Lorenzo. Although it was shorter than realization at the end, definitely made up for that. The story calls on the real fears of things like squatters. Wait, what? Squatters, stalkers, and killers. Who knows? Maybe one of us had a squatter living in our own home, hidden away, never to be found. Stop right there. I don't even want to think about it. Okay. That story wasn't half bad. Glad you all liked it. I have to admit, this has been pretty fun, guys. Yeah, it really has. We should do this sort of stuff more often. Sayori, Halloween only comes around once a year. Oh yeah. If I may make a suggestion, we all turn to look at her. Ah well, as it's fitting for the mood, would you like to try the Kokiri-san game? What's that? Oh, it's a Ouija board that she brought. Poof, isn't that just some urban legend? Only if you believe it, Natsuki. Ouija board stuff, on one hand, although it's not very hard to scare me, I'm a bit skeptical about ghosts. Although I heard a lot of people that messing around with the dark arts is a dangerous business. I mean, we're all in a dark school late at night with no one else around. If we really did open a portal for a malevolent spirit to enter our world, who knows what can happen. Now that's a bit too far-fetched. At least if the spooky ghost kills me, I won't have to do math homework that I've been procrastinating for a week. Seems a lot more tempting now. Can you tell us more, Yuri? Of course. So, Kokiri-san is the name of the spirit was summoned. The name comprises 3 animals: a fox, a foxcock, a dog coo, and a raccoon ree. I said a foxcock. Each animal represents something different. For example, the dog is a loyal and protecting, while the fox is a trickster or a teacher. You can ask Kokiri-san different things. You can ask who loves you, whether you will become rich, etc. Hang on. You can ask anything? A devilish smile comes across her face. Why don't we ask for a Kokiri-san when we're going to die? What? Yuri looks aghast, nervously fiddling with a strand of hair. Natsuki, there are questions you shouldn't ask, and that's one of them. Nah, come on, Yuri. This is the perfect time for it. I don't think you realize what you're getting into. There are many stories of people messing around with spirits, all ending in awful consequences. Come on, Yuri. Besides, it's part dog, so if it starts trying to possess someone, we can throw a stick for it. That's not. Also, it's a Shinto spirit, not a demon or ghost. Not Spooky is the one wearing a bone outfit. We all know dogs love bones, so just to her, who has to wear. Natsuki would have made a wonderful Medusa with a death glare like that. Well, seeing as we've already broken into some illegal contraband in our hands, she shoots a wink at Yuri, who ducks her hand down, blushing, adding an animalistic wrath into the mix. Well, might as well. Yay, that's the spirit. Funny punchline. Okay then, let's begin the preparations. With the rituals set up and the candles dimmed, ready to go. Are we really doing this? It's already 3 o'clock. Oh, for me, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm doing like a spiritual game in a game. With the ritual set up, oh my gosh. We'll also have to open the window, which according to Yuri allows the spirit to enter and exit. The ambient noises from outside permeate the room, adding to the atmosphere within. What happens now? Oh my gosh, what is this? Place a coin on the red gate. The torii is where the spirit enters and exits. Now everyone place your index finger on the coin. After a bit of crowding, we managed to squeeze the tip of everyone's finger onto the coin. Be careful not to let go of the coin. What happens if we do? Please don't. Fine. Let's go on with this already. Alright. Yuri visibly composes herself and continues. Kokura-san, if you're here, please move this coin. At first nothing happens, just as Natsuki thought, a silly urban legend. No way. There is no way the coin just moved. My eyes have to be playing tricks on me. The coin initially on the red torii slowly slides across to yes. Sayori, oh, did you guys see that? Even Natsuki is in a state of disbelief. Alright, who did that? Real jokester, you are very funny. The crickets outside can be heard clearly in silence for the follows. No one steps up to claim responsibility for the coin's movement. Wow, so that's how it's gonna be, huh? Whoever it was, just tell us already. More crickets. Fine. I'm not bringing cupcakes anymore until someone admits to it. But not Spooky. And stop calling me that. I bet it was Yuri. She was the one who suggested this. Me? I would never. I guess Yuri is a scaredy cat. It wasn't me either. Yeah, Sayori is a scaredy cat too. So that just leaves Learns and Monica. Natsuki, have you considered that maybe, just maybe, it really is Kakuri-san moving the coin? Yeah, right, there's no such thing as ghost. Kakuri-san is a spirit, not a ghost. Same difference. Well, all I have to say is that I didn't do it. I'm getting scared. Natsuki's skeptical glare causes me to hurry on, but I know that there's got to be some sort of scientific explanation for this. I can't seriously witnessing the paranormal, can I? Okay, Einstein, what's your scientific explanation for this then? I'm working on it. It has to be one of us doing it. I know we don't have to ask Kakuri something that Lorenzo and I couldn't have known. Given that you seem upset the most, Okay then, Sayori, ask it something. But what should I ask? I don't know. Anything that Lorenzo and Monica couldn't have known. Oh, I know. Kakuri-san, can you please tell me what I have on the top shelf of my refrigerator? What kind of question is that supposed to be? Alright, I guess I'm kind of hungry. The banter peters out as we expectantly watch the coin. Suddenly, the coin jerks little to the right. Natsuki squints and scrunch. What? Each of our faces. Meanwhile, the rest of the girl's eyes seem to be glued to the coin. Yuri's face balancing each further movement. I'm getting freaked out in here. The music is not helping. Everyone seems to await the bath breathes as the coin slowly inches over to the letter R. A. Sayori's eyes widen as Yuri slightly backs away from the paper. The coin carries on moving. Ramen? They're leftovers. Sayori, you really got to eat more healthy, but it's so tasty. Should we really be using Kakuri-san to answer such frivolous questions? That wasn't frivolous at all. We're just proving whether or not it was us moving it thing. And now we have your answer. None of us moved it. What's that supposed to mean? It was Kakuri-san who moved it. Monica seems awfully cheery at this revelation. Man, Monica, does anything faze you? I've just been in much scarier scenarios than this. Plus, I've got to stay confident as a president, you know? I see. So Kakuri-san is real then. I tried to get to tell y'all, take it seriously. I mean, you really can't blame us for thinking that this was all fake. I do still think there's a trick to this, Natsuki. Whatever. If you want, wait, what? Whatever. If you want us to take it serious, then I'll take this serious places, alright? Natsuki. Kakuri-san. What is the date of my death? No, Yuri throws me a frightened look as we wait for the coin to move again. Her finger feels cold as the ice against mine. Slowly the coin moves from the letter N and inches over to the numbers. That's today. I don't like this anymore, guys. Some questions are better off not being asked. That can't be true, right? I'm curious, what about the other girls in the room? I'm gonna go to the bathroom. Don't you want to know the date of your own death? Yeah, like some pieces of paper and a coin is gonna tell me that. You looked pretty scared earlier. Shut up. As I move away, Yuri gasps, Lorenzo, we haven't properly finished the game yet. There's a certain procedure. There's no point, he's already broken his finger on the coin roll. What do we do? Sorry, Yuri, I'll come back to help you guys finish in a bit. You better hurry up, Lorenzo. Phew. What's going on? Finally out of the club room. I can't believe that this game actually scared me. Although I'm curious to know who rigged the game. It had to be rigged, right? The bathroom is pitch black when I open the door, safe in faint moonlight glinting of the bathroom mirror. The contrast between darkness and the shining glaze dazzles me for a moment until I notice it. The dark figure within the glass standing completely still. Oh, why did that scare me? I glare at my reflection and then snort. Luckily, no one was there. No one was there to see that. I slammed the door shut, compunction and a sign of bravado to myself, I guess. Cringing at the shocking loud echoes of the door. Reverberating around the bathroom, I can't help but remain quiet now. The frigid tap water at the sink reminds me of Yuri's icy hands during the game. I should probably hurry back. That was perhaps the most nerve-wracking trip to the bathroom I ever taken. I shake my head. Snap out of it, Lorenzo. All these stories aren't real. Ghosts aren't real. It's awfully quiet inside the club room. Wonder what witchcraft the girls are up to now. Stepping into the classroom, a pang of fear and adrenaline shoots throughout my heart. At first glance, the girls seem to have disappeared. Okay, what's going on here? But I quickly realize that they haven't disappeared. They're all collapsed on the floor and desk. Oh, very convincing, guys. Yeah, I totally believe that you're actually dead. Very funny. Curious, I amble over. Yo. But you should never have why is this coin spelling this out? Wait, more importantly, how's the coin moving by itself? Oh. I reach down to shake Monica's shoulder. She's lying prone on the floor, and I can't help but feel a dread that her body will be cold. As I start to reach down, I freeze. Are those footsteps outside? No one else is supposed to be in the school, right? And I panic slate. I scan the bodies on the floor. All of the girls are here, so the footsteps grow louder and louder. They don't sound normal. Almost like they're shuffling or dragging along. Is this real? Am I starting to hear things now? The blood rushing through my ears is drowning out the sound of the footsteps. Where are they now? I can't tell. Are they close by? Should I hide? How much time until they reach the classroom? I can't tell. Crap. I throw myself to the floor, squeezing my eyes shut. The sound of my heart hammering in my chest is almost okay, what's going on in this game now? I don't like this. Oh my gosh. My jaw aching from clenching and shut. Oh my gosh. Dude, I'm gonna scream so loud right now. There's no way the girls have manufactured this. Being that feels wrong is very core. I am so scared right now. I can't help but feel a dread of something horrific will happen if I look up. All I can do is pray for the thing to go away. Please go away, please go away, please go away. Yo, why am I getting so scared? Something's gonna pop out at me. I'm ready. I'm ready. Come on. Ah, come on. Oh my gosh. I don't even want to read right there. Do I? Maybe I should do if this is torment. Spirit. What? I cautiously open my eyes and small bit peeking out from behind a curtain of lashes. Nothing's there, just an empty classroom. A wave of relief cascades through my body as I as quietly as I dare to let out a breath I'm holding in. I lay there for a bit, breathing heavily. Slowly I get up to walk over to Monica and desperately shake her head. In my hysterical state, I can't help but she's probably dead. Monica, please wake up. Your face. Monica. What? Oh, I should have seen your face. They really got me. Of course, Yuri told me about Kirikuri-san a week before Halloween, so I was able to rig the answers. It wasn't a ghost or anything like that, dummy. Sayori would have said Kirikuri-san was right no matter what answer Monica made it give. And the footsteps, there are some little speakers that I hid outside. Oh my gosh! Sayori had the idea to pre-record footsteps, send them to me so I can make it sound like I sighed of all tension, leaves my body. At least there was a rational explanation to all this. At least the other girls laugh. I can't help but join in. Yeah, they got me fair and square. Okay guys, I'll admit, well played, you got me good. I'm curious though, how did you get another person to agree to do this? Huh? What do you mean? Wait. How did you get another person to agree to this? What do you mean? Come on guys, the game's up. I know it was just a prank. No, seriously, what do you mean? Are you really gonna keep up the joke? You know, the guy who came inside while I was on the floor. He was all gurgly and raspy and kept making these noises like he was saying, well, I'll sound dumb when I try to mimic him, but it was something like, Poe. Lorenzo, what are you talking about? We didn't ask anyone to help out. After all, we could have taken the risk of having someone report that we trespassed. Indeed, Monica, this was simply to rig the Kokiri-san ritual and use the speakers. Who are you talking about? As far as we're concerned, we're the only ones since. The only thing I did was deliberately moving the coin around while I was touching it and rigging the speakers. Nothing else? Sayori, you swear you're telling the truth? Sayori would never lie like that to me, so that means which you guys didn't hear it. All they exchanged a look of bewilderment. I'm actually losing my mind. Like Yuri said, I'm pretty sure it was just us in the building. Oh my gosh. I'm so scared. You're honestly telling me you didn't hear anything. The girls share a look of alarm. Lorenzo relaxed. There was nothing there. It's okay. Yeah, even if some spooky ghost, I would have kicked its butt. The tinge of humor along with Sayori's reassurance helped me calm down a little. It's not exactly convinced, but if the others didn't see or hear anything and they were in the same room, then I must have imagined it, right? Okay, everyone. It's getting late. Let's clean up and call it a night. I used to think that I'd grown out of Halloween. Wait, what? I used to think that I'd grown out of Halloween, but today made me realize that anyone can enjoy it. Aw, Sayori. Always like the positive one. Horror can be fun. Maybe I'll talk to Yuri more about that stuff. You okay? Yeah, I'm good. I was just thinking about the Ouija board. That thing really got to you, huh? It was a little, I was a little scared too, even though I knew Monica was behind it all. Anyways, I'll see you in school tomorrow. Wait, I'm not gonna walk home with her? Good night. See ya, Sayori. As I turn and walk home, I can't help but laugh. Yeah, those girls got me good. I never saw that coming. And the bit where the coin was moving by itself was really good too. Wait, Monica only said that she rigged the actual ritual. I thought she moved the coin around afterwards. Not to mention, there's no way she could have moved it while she was on the floor. The coin, the entity, what does that mean? I take it back. I hate Halloween. Holy shit, dude. Okay. That's that. That is that. Okay, guys, I'm going to end it there, guys. This has been the beginning of Act 2 and the Halloween special, guys. We will continue with Doki Doki Blue Skies part... I don't even know what part we're on now. But anyways, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this video. You know, be on the lookout for my next video, guys. I will definitely continue this game later on, guys. But thank you for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.